is fair in love and marriage. Discussing everything from A to Z, cause that's the way it's supposed to be, yeah. All is fair in love and marriage. We may agree to disagree, but in the end we know it's you and me, yeah.
Hello everybody.
What's going on?
It's us,
the Newsomes.
And this is
the All is Fair in Love and Marriage podcast.
episode 4. Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
We've done 4 of these already.
That's nuts.
And my mind is going and going for episode and episode and episode.
Man.
So I hope you guys are rocking with us. Liking.
Subscribing, sharing.
Commenting.
Following.
All of that.
All of it.
Because we going places.
Yes, we are.
Anywho, this is a special episode.
Why is that?
Because, I mean, in a good way and a bad way. But this week is dedicated to my grandma, Maxine Black.
Mama Black.
She was our rock, okay? She was amazing. She was like one of our biggest supporters. Like, it's so crazy because last week we talked about Dad, who went home to be with the Lord, as the church folks say. Two years ago.
2 years ago.
And my grandmother went home to be with the Lord, as they say, 4 years ago. But in our wedding picture, they are over both of our shoulders as we're walking down the aisle.
Yep.
And the two of them, I mean, like literally the two of them,
our biggest supporters.
Yeah. So my grandma is super missed. She passed away Thanksgiving night, but really the next day it was, in the wee hours of the morning, and we were by her side and we were able to give her flowers while she was here. Mm-hmm. So of course, Facebook loves to bring up memories.
I hate it sometimes.
And it's circulating
it's
on the memories right now. My sister called me this morning and was like, I started watching the video and I couldn't finish it. She was watery in her eyes.
Yeah.
Watery in her eyes. What?
Yeah, this time of year is I like literally intentionally try to stay off of Facebook as much as possible.
Yeah.
Just because memories start popping up and
right.
Like you don't have to go searching for them. Like they just
just
smack you in the face like, hey, here
Hello.
you go. Remember this?
I mean, but I love them and I don't, because of course we want to remember those that were truly dear to us.
No, for real. I agree.
But I mean, I don't know.
It's tough.
It's really hard. This is my grandma right there. That's my girl. That picture is my screensaver and has been my screensaver since the day that she took her last breath, and I will never change it. I will never change it. I said never. It's double negative. That means I will. I will never ever change that screenshot or that screensaver because that's my girl. That was my girl. We have to open the show always because we've been forgetting.
I'll take ownership of that because I always forget.
It's not really what we want to do. So we have to proclaim that we will not go to bed angry.
And once we press stop on the recording, we will go upstairs and we will still be in love.
And great parents.
And great husband and wife.
And
lovers.
About the lovers. You see. Until I flow them. Stay over there.
Listen.
He said he ain't want no babies, right?
I don't.
Could the guys DM us, email us, call us, comment, and let him know that his procedure is not...
It's not happening. His procedure is not happening. That's what you wanted to say. Speak Holy Ghost.
One other thing. Wasn't that intro amazing? The intro that you guys listened to on this episode was put together by my bae. CNewsome Music. I told y'all, we are the Connect.
No, it was fun putting that together. It really was.
I loved it.
It was fun.
Love it. I'm upstairs doing dishes and screaming at kids and go use the bathroom. And I'm like, yo, where is he at? What is going on?
I'm working.
I come downstairs and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. He had hinted to, extending that for you guys. So you might see it on Apple Music or Spotify.
Sometime soon, in the near future.
Very soon.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of lighting some fire under his bottom.
Bottom?
So we were supposed to play Truth or Dare again today. So I think we're just going to scratch that because we keep adding it to the next episode.
And she still ain't found them cards.
I don't know where they are. I don't know. I have no idea where the cards may be.
You know the crazy part is? They were a gift to me. The cards were a gift to me.
They were like a gift for us.
And they gone.
It's like if I give you a gift in a bag and it happens to be a black negligee, I don't expect you to put it on.
You're right.
I'm giving it to you so that we can enjoy it together. For what? To enjoy it together or for the card?
Negligee.
Ain't no black negligee coming until guys. Get in the comments, get in the DMs, the emails. Listen.
That's crazy.
Listen. You know how many people in the
y'all see this? Y'all are witness to it.
In the last few weeks have said, you don't want one more? What about a girl? We have a girl.
I told you them word
She's
curses.
13. Like, craziness.
And you the main one.
I mean, babies are sweet and they're cute and so cuddly. But I don't want to go through the 9 months of carrying a baby and that labor. I mean, granted, my labors are very quick, but painful.
Yeah,
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
I don't want to go through that again.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.
Are you excited about Thanksgiving? What are you looking forward to?
Eating. I'm excited. My family is coming in town. I get to see some of them.
Socially distanced.
Yeah, socially distanced. But
Yeah.
Get to. My mom is here in town from Texas, and her and her fiance, and I don't know. My brother's coming up, so I'm looking forward to seeing them.
It's been a while. It has been a while. I'm excited. It's gonna be a different one because we're usually like all together, but we can't do that this year. We gotta kind of keep some distance and be safe. And I got this stinking cough, and everybody wanna act like it's COVID. Well, that's why I gotta keep a little distance. I'm gonna be in the vicinity with my face mask on, so I ain't checking nobody out. It's not COVID. But I'm excited. I'm excited to just see family and to just be thankful. I usually don't get into the holiday spirit until the holiday spirit smacks me.
I've been trying to get myself in the holiday spirit, playing Christmas music, and I'm getting shut down by this miser over here.
No, I mean so I was not really caring to even cook or anything like that. I was like, all right, fine, I'll make that. Okay, I'll make that. Okay, I'll make that. But now that Thanksgiving is here, I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do this. I'm excited to just, be with family. Same thing with Christmas.
See, I enjoy ramping up to the holiday.
Maybe Christmas. But for me,
Thanksgiving, it's always been, normally Thanksgiving I'm at work.
Right.
So, that's, man.
but
me, Christmas, that was always that was the joint. enjoying like the whole month of December. Like
exactly.
Let's go.
What's today's date, my love? November. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you can't wait till December for the whole thing.
Yes.
You know,
the day after Thanksgiving is the day that you decide to put up your Christmas tree.
I mean, yeah, that stuff.
You begin to decorate your house. That has always been the case for me. Like, I've always done Christmas after Thanksgiving, you know, like normal people, but now society is trying to push us fast. After Labor Day, Christmas stuff was in the stores. Okay, maybe not Labor Day. Halloween
stuff was definitely there.
But
I don't know. I think it's not everything has to be executed like so early, but I mean,
right.
Proper planning prevents poor performance.
Exactly. November 20. Well, this year, I don't know. The day after Thanksgiving. Okay. So what are some traditions that you like? Because we don't really have
for Thanksgiving
a lot of traditions that we keep. Only thing, none. I think the only thing that we have that my grandmother introduced to us, because her holidays were her thing too. And every time we would get together, we would stand around the table, we would hold hands, or not, but we would be around the table and just kind of go around saying what we're thankful for that year. And I love that tradition because it just gives us the opportunity to reflect over the year. This year in particular, we have a lot to be thankful for because people are leaving this earth and people are dying that never died before. That's probably not nice to say.
As my grandfather would say.
But really, we're here. We're still here, you know, and we still have purpose, and God still sees fit to wake us up every day.
No, 100%.
So I think that I love that tradition, and I will always keep that tradition.
Yeah, we did it in our family. It wasn't as, you know,
official.
Yeah, official as it was with the Brooks.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, we did it. But other than that, it was just come over, get with family and spending time with family.
Right.
That was the tradition.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess as we kind of all go our separate ways and like start our own families and stuff, you miss that. And I mean, I guess it's normal to do so because I mean, that's what you've done your whole life.
Right.
But there's nothing wrong with change.
Yeah. Definitely
starting new traditions and such, but
definitely nothing wrong with change. I'm keeping that one.
I'm definitely holding on to some stuff from my childhood because it's what I know and it's what I loved and I learned to love as I grew up.
I'm keeping that one because
for sure.
When we did it, you know, in our family, we didn't step over the kids. They had to say something too to the youngest child, no matter how young you were. If you were able to talk, if you're thankful for the chicken that you're about to eat, just show your gratitude, show your gratefulness, because we could not be here, you know, and we learned that in 2016.
Yeah.
Next day, you know, we were starting the process of planning a funeral. Literally go to sleep after enjoying Thanksgiving and wake up actually barely because we were that night up until 6 a.m. went home to take a nap, you know, to come back and, you know, start the process of a funeral. So to hold that dear, I will always hold the circle time.
Shout out to Miss Monica.
I will always hold dear going in the circle and just, you know, sharing what we're thankful for.
It's definitely important to show our level of gratitude and to kind of share those things that we might have overcome throughout the year.
Right.
Because there might be somebody who needs to hear that, hey, I wasn't the only one that went through it this year.
Right.
And I see that you made it through, so it encourages me to know that I can make it through too.
Right. And so often we forget about the stuff that we made it through. You know, I remember once, I think this might have been, I think we recorded, this is the one that you went live with Grandma Maxine, before the year before she was sick. And I told about, you know, the things that I was thankful for, and I did not mention Michaela.
Yeah, she was
so upset. So upset. And it wasn't purposely, because I just was just saying, you know, I was thankful for my family and my husband and, you know, whatever, something like that. Yeah. And she was like, well, excuse me. Well, what about me? And she was upset with me. So it gives us the opportunity to, you know, reflect on the things that we really are truly thankful for. Yeah. I always wish after somebody else go, I'm like, can I go again?
Can I add something? Excuse me.
But you know, it's a Thanksgiving. It's a good time for tradition and family and food and cooking.
And that's my favorite part.
The food. You remember when I did that live on Facebook? At the height of the pandemic, I was doing everything at the height of the pandemic. You thought you was killing it too. I had these big old steaks. Court just bought me this cast iron grill thingy, and I wasn't too familiar with it. And
you thought you was killing it.
I was. The people was laughing, and
you were killing it. You were killing everybody in the house. All of our lungs.
Listen,
inhalation.
I don't even know. Like, okay, first of all, the people on Food Network.
That's where we're going.
The people on Food Network, they usually have their stuff prepared. You know, they show you a bowl, chop up one onion. They show you I had none of that. I was trying to chop up onions while on the joint, chop up the salad or whatever. I don't even remember everything I cooked. I know I definitely made a steak. And I was telling people, you can use paprika, not just for tuna salad. And lo and behold, the smoke detectors went off. And that was the first time
every single one
that they went off in the house. Every single smoke detector.
Every window.
We opened every door, every window. But
Miss Joanne next door probably thought the house was on fire.
I know.
That scared that lady.
Because that is Ken Moore's MO, okay? Listen.
There's a fire over here like every hour.
It is.
It's crazy.
That's sad. We're going back to Buffalo. But that's not to say that anything on Thanksgiving will be burnt. Because I know how to cook.
You do know how to cook.
Okay. I cook better than your mother.
Here we go.
I don't know if you noticed.
Y'all cook your own.
I don't know if you
dishes.
noticed episode 4. Did you see that right there?
What?
What does it say?
What?
Episode 4.
On the spot?
Uh-huh. So I was in the house.
Yo.
Last night I was like, you know, I'm not gonna tell Court about this. I'm gonna just do it. So it's this new thing that I decided to come up with, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna tell him the first time because I want to be able to do it successfully.
Wow.
So it's not like a segment in the show. It's just like a surprise button that you push.
Here you go.
It's called On the Spot, where he doesn't have the opportunity to rehearse anything. I just, boom, on the spot. Don't I cook better than your mom?
You cook your own dishes better. Yeah. She has her prize dishes and you have yours. You ain't about to do this to me.
It's okay. I love you.
I love you too. Y'all don't make the same dishes.
Wasn't that successful? What do you mean we don't make the same dishes?
Y'all don't make the same dishes.
You're right. I make mine.
She make gizzards and rice. You've never cooked that.
Yeah, no.
But you eat it. You love gizzards and rice.
Don't tell everybody that.
Why are you ashamed?
Nah. Gizzards and rice is okay.
Okay.
They alright.
You be killing gizzards and rice.
Yeah. On a good day. Sometimes I just be like, I want to be a vegetarian today. Because you know that issue that I have.
Yeah.
When I start to
It ain't never stopped you from eating no gizzards and rice, though.
About the food that I'm eating.
It ain't never stopped you from eating gizzards and rice. I've never seen you turn away gizzards and rice. Ever.
You'll see.
Now you're gonna try to do it just to...
No, I have though. I have, because sometimes I think about the stuff that I eat, and then it just kind of like, I'm not gonna say it creeps me out, because it doesn't creep me out, but I think about the stuff that I eat, and I'm like, oh my god, this was an animal one. Oh my god, I'm eating a leg. Like, it just creeps me out. But yes, that is the on the spot surprise segment.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Watch.
That's okay. When we push stop, stay down here. So while we're on the topic of Thanksgiving and food, I wanted to play a little game.
Okay.
So we're gonna do like the rank of Thanksgiving style.
Okay.
And I know we were talking about, the different options. So I'm from more of a traditional cooking family. Court's mom is like a cook everything under the sun. And like introduced me to a lot of things. Like I would never make gizzard gravy on my rice, but when I met their family and ate dinner at their house, I'm like, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. But like I said, sometimes I get in my mind when I'm eating and I'm like, no. So like even with the chicken, his mom.
Okay, so I don't mean to cut you off. So how come you okay with eating oxtails? You love oxtails.
I love oxtails, but there are some times.
Who decided to take a tail of an ox and say, "Ooh, that's delicious"?
I didn't even know they were that long.
Like what about an ox's tail?
It's delicious.
Like who decided that?
I don't know, but I used to didn't eat oxtail. I didn't. It was weird to me.
You be having cravings for oxtails.
I do. I don't eat them all the time, but I have cravings. And even when I'm cooking them, I have to cut off certain parts in order for me to appetize it and be all right with it. It's in my brain. But anyway, that's what I was saying.
Go ahead.
Even like with the chicken, like your mom cooks it to perfect temperature, and I'm like, I'm gonna need mine to be in there a little longer because I don't like any juices flowing out of my chicken. I just need it to be dry because I need to know that. So we come from two different food backgrounds, essentially. So rank them. Rank them. Thanksgiving virgin. Okay?
Okay. Run them at me.
Number one. Rank them in order. Turkey, fried chicken, ham, roast beef.
Fried chicken is 1. Ham is 2. Roast beef is 3. Then turkey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I would say fried chicken, turkey,
Nah.
roast beef, then ham.
I've only had a really, really, really good turkey probably like twice in my life. That made me like okay, I like this. This is good.
When?
I don't even remember.
Wow. So my maple glazed turkey that I made for you?
It was good, but it wasn't like. I just don't like turkey.
But you said
it was good.
I don't even like turkey, and I love this. Like
it was good.
Wow.
The glaze was phenomenal. It was good.
It be your own, man.
It was good.
I don't even like turkey, and this is it. Crazy. Just crazy.
Hey, it's not just you. It's my mom's too. Hers, I don't like her turkey either.
I'm not really a ham eater.
I know you're not.
So ham is number 4 for me.
But what was your 2 and 3? You said turkey.
I said
roast
fried chicken, turkey, roast beef, ham. More so because I'm more of a white meat eater than a red meat eater. And I like, well, not the other white meat, because they say pork is the other white meat. But ham ain't white, it's pink. But anyway, yeah, so fried chicken, turkey, roast beef, ham. No? Okay. What else? Number 2, rice, mashed potatoes, yams, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is 1.
Absolutely.
I'm a potato guy, but I think I like yams.
Yeah.
And then mashed potatoes and then rice.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Look at that, we agree on something. Number 3, tuna, potato salad, spaghetti salad, and like a salad, veggie salad.
Green salad?
Green chef salad, whatever. You know.
What was it?
Garden.
It was tuna,
potato, spaghetti, garden.
I'm gonna go, if it's made right, potato salad.
Oh no.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go tuna. Then I'm gonna go. Is the green salad like loaded up, or is it just like?
No, you don't load up a salad on Thanksgiving.
Okay, well then that's at the bottom.
You don't give them all the craisins and almonds.
I need all of that.
Nah, you don't give them all that for Thanksgiving.
And the pasta, like the spaghetti salad, it be hit or miss depending on who making it. Like some people, it's just not the right.
Definitely depends on
the
who
right
made
proportion of
So we got to think about if it is the right person making it. So you said potato
salad. I love potato salad.
Okay. So
you don't really make potato salad.
I'm not a fan of potato salad.
I love it.
I am not a fan of potato salad. You put the raisins in it?
What?
I was just playing. I seen it on Facebook. You know.
Raisins.
So I would go with spaghetti salad first. I really, really, really love a good spaghetti or pasta salad.
It's gotta be good.
Yeah, if it's good. If it's not good, clearly don't want it. Spaghetti salad, tuna salad. I love a garden salad. I don't care if it's just lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, a little bit of cheese, and some dressing. I'm alright with that. And then potato salad is at the bottom because I'm not really a fan. My cousin Dana posted a status the other day and was like, somebody send me a recipe for potato salad because I just cannot get my potatoes to, not be watery. And I was like, why don't you just use Grandma Maxine's secret recipe?
Which is what?
Store-bought, doctored up.
Lord.
She would go and get like 2 tubs of it had to be the mustard kind, so it had to be yellow. She would get the mustard potato salad and she would put it in a bowl. She would add some more relish. She would add some, I think, more eggs. She put eggs in it. She would add, the good stuff.
Yeah, you gotta get it good.
The black folk stuff.
You gotta boil the potatoes, but not to mashed potato consistency.
That's what somebody commented and said. You gotta boil them a little harder.
Yeah, a little bit harder, so that way you can cut through them.
See,
and they're cubed. And then you gotta add I like mine with Miracle Whip, not mayo. So Miracle Whip, relish, and also chop up some pickle.
Oh.
Then you add in some celery. You add in some some spices, some onion powder. Throw that in there.
Paprika.
Chop up some onion. You can put a little bit of paprika in there. But yeah, you gotta love on the potato.
Love on the potato.
Yes.
Well,
See,
yeah.
I told you I'm a potato guy. I love potatoes.
You're right. I
love potatoes.
don't know. I'm a pasta girl. But that's another topic. Number 4. Okay, so green beans, cabbage, or corn. Let's dismiss the cabbage and put Brussels sprouts. It's similar.
We can add Brussels sprouts. We can do a 5 category in there. We can add a 5 category in there because they're different, but they're similar.
So,
Greens is at the top.
Absolutely.
Then it would be
Brussels sprouts.
I'll go with Brussels sprouts. I haven't had cabbage in a long time except for with oxtail. So Brussels sprout, then cabbage. I like corn, but corn don't like me. So I'll take corn, and green beans is at the bottom. Like I seldom put green beans on my plate if I have a choice.
Grandma used to love some green beans. Recently though, like I love green beans too. I do, because I would make them in my broth, and they would just the flavor would just soak up in the green beans. But lately, they've been like really soggy, as if like the factories are putting frozen green beans in the can.
You gotta get some fresh green beans.
I know, but I mean, you know, on a quick day, I'm not gonna snap no beans. Even on a long day, I ain't snapping no beans. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I think green beans probably are at the bottom too. No, I'll put cabbage at the bottom because I'm not really a big fan of cabbage, but I love Brussels sprouts.
Like I used to love steamed cabbage. Steamed cabbage is really good. I like fried cabbage too. Put some hot sauce on that joint with some cornbread. You gotta put a little bit of red pepper in there with it.
I'll remember that next time I make some cabbage. I still got a whole big old thing up in the refrigerator.
Red pepper. Next,
it is your favorite section. Dessert. So, because there's so many desserts, Court was like, no, we gotta do like
you was trying to skip.
I was trying to, condense it a little bit. He was like, sweet potato pie, banana pudding, cobbler, whichever cobbler your family desires, and apple pie.
You rank them first.
Sweet potato pie is number 1. Absolutely. Peach cobbler is number 2. Apple pie is number 3. And then banana pudding is last for me. I can take or leave banana pudding. Like, I'm not really, I've had great banana pudding before. So if I don't get great banana pudding, I don't want it. Or, I eat with my eyes first. So if it if people have gotten it already and the banana starts to look weird, I don't want it.
What does a weird banana look like?
Like when it starts to, brown, and like when it all mixes with the cookie.
So I'm gonna tell you a secret. The best banana puddings are made with browner bananas.
No, I get that. But if I don't see them first, I'm alright with it. Like, I'm okay to eat it. But like, if everybody is scooping.
Not rotten, but ripe.
Yeah. Did you say ripe?
I didn't say rotten.
You said brown bananas. Okay. Yeah, so like I'm just not a banana pudding.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your rating?
I would say at the top would probably be peach cobbler.
I love peach cobbler.
Then banana pudding. Then, see, I'm not really a pie guy. But if I had to, I've had so much sweet potato pie in my life that it's kind of at the bottom for me.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom for me.
You have.
And apple pie, I'm not huge on, but I like it.
A la mode.
Yeah, like I'll eat it.
Yeah.
I don't like hot apple pie though. I like it like room temperature.
How you do room temp with ice cream?
I don't have to have it with ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Like if it's a good pastry crust and a good quality of apple.
I need it warm. I need my pie warm.
And I like mine where the apples are not mushy on the inside. Like some people
crunch.
like so some people like to stew the apples down first and make them real.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I've done that before by mistake.
I don't like it. It's like apple pudding. I don't want it.
Well, my pie wasn't apple pudding. With like peach cobbler, I love peach cobbler. I do. But like I said with the banana pudding, I've had a great peach cobbler before. If I don't get it to that consistency, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like the right peach cobbler either.
I need the right. I don't like a lot of peaches.
Yeah, I like a lot of
pastry. I like a lot of the pastry.
But it's gotta be good pastry.
It gotta be good.
I like it with a homemade pastry. Like some people get like the store bought like pastry crust or whatever, and I don't like it. It's got a different taste to it.
Let me tell y'all something about my husband. He was raised in a house that they thrive on making things from scratch. So he's a little spoiled. And when he met me, I was like, bruh, let me tell you something about me. I don't make stuff from scratch. I don't got the time. And, but I have developed a little bit of, original cooking. I remember when we first got together, I used to cook glory greens. I don't make those anymore. I've been delivered.
Listen.
On a regular day, I'll go get a bushel of greens from the store and cut them up, and because first of all, they cook better.
They do.
And it's not that hard.
It's not.
I've learned I baked the pound cake.
Yes.
I baked the cheesecake.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just not really. I do some things from scratch, but but he's spoiled.
And you see the difference in the quality of it, though.
Some things I still would prefer, because there's been some cakes from scratch that I'd be like, scratch that.
I agree, but everybody shouldn't
Give me a box.
Everybody shouldn't be baking.
Like it's
everybody shouldn't be baking. I don't like everybody's scratch cake, but I prefer a scratch cake over a box cake. I don't like box cake.
Why would you prefer a scratch cake over a box cake?
One, it tastes different.
I think your mind is just conditioned.
No, it just tastes different. It tastes better.
I think your mind is just conditioned. Because to me, it tastes like flour and sugar.
Not if you get a good one. You can taste the butter and the sugars mixing together.
Oh my goodness.
You can. There's a certain density that the cake has.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I don't know. It's just different. It's different.
Your mind is just conditioned, baby. Sorry.
I'm just learned.
Learned behavior. Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not ignorant.
Learned behavior. We're gonna unlearn you. So,
I'm gonna teach you.
Number 6. Well, since we're talking about cakes, I've had some horrible. I ain't gonna say horrible. Do you think? Okay, so would you consider the cakes that like Wegmans bake? Are they from scratch? Or would you consider them box cakes?
They're from scratch, but it's different.
You're conditioned.
No, I'm not.
Deliver him, Lord.
I'm not. They're good cakes. Like Wegmans, if you go and you get one of their if you go and get like one of the like their birthday cakes are different than the cakes that they put out like in the thing. I believe they use a different type of flour, and it gives it a different consistency and everything. Like the chocolate cakes that are in like the cooler section, completely different than if you go and get a chocolate birthday cake.
Well, yeah, it's very different.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like it depends on which one you get. Like the ones that are on the cooler section, those are closer to like a homemade scratch cake.
Well, what's the difference? Like to me, I feel like people make such a big deal about scratch versus box cake, but at the end of the day, the ingredients are all the same. Because what you put in a box cake is flour and sugar. They just add it for you. They're just taking the work out of. You don't have to measure. Just this is what you need.
I believe it's a different type of flour, and it gives it a different feel.
Well, there is a different kind of flour for baking. I learned that from my cousin. But like, it's just y'all just hold too much weight on this bake versus scratch stuff. I mean,
there's a evident difference. It's evident.
Okay, I guess. I do it sometimes. But sometimes it's easier to do things from scratch, I would say, because a lot of times you just got the you got the ingredients in your cabinet anyway. If you keep a lot of stuff in your cabinet. And then like even like macaroni and cheese. You know, I used to live by Velveeta shells of cheese. Like that was it for me. Not on Thanksgiving. Let me make that clear. Not on Thanksgiving. If I brought Velveeta shells of cheese to my grandmother's house on Thanksgiving any year, I would have never been invited back. I messed up a turkey and they never let me live it down. Ever. Blame it on the alcohol. It was not my fault.
Tell the story.
So, the night before Thanksgiving, we went out to party. And we went out and I was so wasted, okay? Thank God for deliverance. But I was done. Came home, it probably was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I decided to prep the turkey. Drunk. Okay, I'm prepping the turkey to go in the oven that morning for Thanksgiving. Because, you know, black folk, we like to put our food on at 9 a.m. and cook it all day. I put it in the oven, seasoned and everything, in the roaster. And as I pull it out, it was bleeding out of the booty. And I tell my mother and my grandmother about it. And they're like, wait a minute. You didn't take out, I didn't, you know, a lot of turkeys, all turkeys come with the gizzards and the heart and all of that stuff inside, all the organs, packaged up really nicely. They were still in there and they bled out as it looked so nasty. They threw the turkey away. That year, thankfully, we always overdo it. There was a backup. But to this day, it has been a reminder to myself. Dereka can't cook the turkey, but I'm cooking the turkey this year. I do good. I was just drunk. Just blame it on alcohol. Anyway, final. Red velvet, carrot, chocolate, coconut. I would say number 1 would be red velvet, number 2 would be carrot, number 3 would be chocolate, and number 4 would be coconut.
So when we say chocolate, are we doing chocolate on chocolate, or like a white cake with chocolate frosting?
White cake with chocolate frosting?
Yeah.
I don't like white cake with chocolate frosting.
Yeah,
It gotta be a yellow cake box. Yellow cake. Yellow cake with chocolate
I
frosting?
don't like no yellow cake. I don't know. I like no yellow cake. I like white cake.
Girl Maxine would put, she used to make yellow cakes with chocolate frosting.
Mm-hmm.
And she would layer them. And in her middle layer, what do you think she would put in there?
Nothing.
Grape jelly. Grape jelly in the middle layer and chocolate.
I love the lady, but grape jelly?
I listen, I'm gonna need my cousins to correct me, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I know that the icing didn't melt, and you know. Yes, I used to eat it.
Jelly.
I'm gonna reach out to my cousins to make sure that I'm not tripping and making up this childhood memory.
Yo.
But I don't think I'm tripping.
Grape jelly?
I mean, you get cakes from the store and they have filling. Strawberry, lemon curd, grape.
I've never seen grape.
I never seen grape either.
It's normally not with a chocolate frosting.
It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh wait,
It's
never
not
mind.
peanut butter jelly.
Never mind.
It's chocolate and jelly.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm talking about my grandmother.
You talking about it?
Fall out, okay? Shit. No, I'm just kidding.
But I'll probably put red velvet number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Carrot, I'll probably put number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate and then coconut.
Yeah. Coconut was pretty simple.
But my favorite ain't up here. Look, I don't see no caramel cake up here. I don't see no pineapple upside down cake up here.
Like a pineapple upside down cake.
There's so many better cakes than those that I listed.
You gave me a list.
You only gave me certain spaces, and
Yeah, you
were
can't
like,
tell
and you were like the staples of what you would see at people's houses.
Right, because we ain't ever had no caramel cake at our house.
We always had caramel cake at our house.
Unless
we
my cousins...
We always had German chocolate. We always had...
Well, we got them every once in a while, caramel cake.
Like, those were staples at my house.
Mm-hmm. Told y'all. He's conditioned because...
Call it what you want.
I call it conditioned.
I call it blessed.
Jacked it up for everybody's wife. So you mean to tell me you can't make a caramel cake from scratch? She ain't your wife material. What?
Listen, my mom did. She made sure that we never had to depend on a woman to take care of us when it came to eating and being satisfied in that area.
Oh my gosh.
She did. She was like, because there might be a time when you end up in the doghouse, and if you know,
doghouse,
you ain't gotta worry about
the doghouse, eh?
Mm-hmm. You know about the doghouse.
You tried to put me in the doghouse last week.
You know about the doghouse.
I was like, Tuna, you tried it.
I tried it.
Look at me.
You was upset.
You know what I did?
You was upset all day.
I was so tight. I was in the doghouse for like an hour because I took a picture of him, and he thought I was gonna use it for blackmail.
You were. You had every intention.
I wasn't gonna use it for blackmail.
You tried to share it.
To my laptop.
You tried to share it.
I wasn't gonna share it to anybody. I was gonna save it to my laptop.
You already told me you were gonna send it to your siblings.
Our siblings.
Either way.
So he put me in the doghouse.
Sure.
And it didn't last long. But
I'll let you off.
I told him, and I think this is the case in any relationship. You keep somebody in the doghouse long enough, when you decide that you want to let them out, they're going to put you in the doghouse. Like, oh, I'm not ready. No, I don't want it. Get away. Bye. Let me ask you a question.
What?
Have you ever had a dream about somebody, and then from that dream, you start to look at them weird? So, like, I had this dream about Courtney dealing with this woman, because we are grown, but dealing with this chick we both know. And ever since then, I mean, like, she was, the way she is in real life is the way that she was in the dream. She was, yep, I was. Like, she's conceited, but
she is.
Yeah, she's really conceited and like just grand. And that's how she was. Yeah, I'm dealing with him. Yeah, I talked to him and what? Like just real. But I was like this. Oh, Jesus. I woke up from the dream. Mm-hmm. And now I don't like the girl. I mean, the mention of her name kind of, like, I look at her sideways when I swipe on, like, Snapchat and I see, like, videos or something, or if I see pictures on Instagram or Facebook and I see her and I'm like, oh my God, I need to be delivered. Yeah. Because I do not understand how I wake up.
So they did nothing to you.
And I do not like this girl. All over a dream. Y'all gotta pray for me because this is Lord. This is something. Speaking of sleep, we was in bed and we were watching Chicago PD. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I'm so happy those shows are back because I love all of the Chicago shows. As you know, everything Dick Wolf. Dick Wolf is a great producer or writer.
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah. You don't see it every time the episode go off, boom, Dick Wolf.
Pay no attention.
Well, shout out to you. We were watching it, and it was an episode because everything that came back after, the pandemic had to tie in COVID because we noticed everybody had their face masks on. everybody, tied in some form of like racism. And so the last episode of Chicago PD, Kevin is his name, Kevin Atwater.
Mm-hmm.
He was with a guy, I think an undercover cop, and an undercover cop kind of like agitated a guy, went in and kind of got into a gun match with the dude, or shooting match, and got killed. And this guy Atwater told the truth about everything. Like, no, it wasn't a good shoot. He did it, blah, blah, blah. So now he's being like harassed
by his brothers in blue.
Not only is he a black police officer, but he's a police officer. And people were coming up to him like, yo, just let it go. Like, at this point, don't push it. But I mean, at the end of the day, he already snitched, so it wasn't really nothing that he could do. But like, they jumped my man.
They wanted his job.
They wanted him. They wanted his badge. Like, yo, you can't be one of us. So let me ask you, would you like back down if you were put in that situation, like being a black cop on the force and you're speaking the truth, but they're like,
see, I'm the type. I probably wouldn't back down. Not now that I'm thinking about it, because you asked me this in bed the other night, and I said I don't really know. But there have been other conversations that I've had with you, kind of similar, to where like, how far do you feel like you have to go in order to, make a change or be a catalyst for change and whatnot? And I have to stand by that. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I would probably stand up for what was right in the moment, especially me holding up this oath of honor and such.
Right.
I'm gonna stand by that, and if the cop was wrong, the cop was wrong, and if I gotta, take a butt whooping or two to prove my point and my stance and get justice,
right,
I'm gonna do that.
And granted, it was a script, so it was written, and in the end, I hope I'm not ruining it for anyone, but he was able to kind of go at the guy and say, listen, I'm willing to sacrifice it all to take you down, to plaster my face on the news, to tell how you're racist, how you are, X, Y, and Z, and I'm if I gotta lose my badge, I'm coming for you.
Yep.
To lose your badge, to lose your pension, to let your family who's still alive to see how horrible of a man you are.
Yeah.
But in real life, that doesn't always happen.
Right.
So like for me, I have always been, which may not be the greatest thing all the time, but a lot of times I am a smooth coasting.
Yeah.
I am like
the less friction.
The less friction, the better. But like we just, talked about not too long ago, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Like I'm just really that type of person. Like I'm not always the type of person to just be like, not everything needs to be said, but no, ma'am, sir, you out of line. You're a little wrong. But I don't know that I would put everything, like you just, I don't know.
Is it not worth it?
It is worth it, but then, okay, for instance, in the show, they broke into his house and bugged his house.
Right.
So to me, that begins to put even his family's security at risk. So for me, like even, I'm not the best person to have a conversation with other Black people about Black Lives Matter. I'm not. Or about racism or about, systemic racism or anything like that, because I'm a case-by-case person. I'm a social worker by trade. So I have to know that each case is different. Each client is different. Each person is different. So in every scenario, it's different. So like if it's something that I need to speak up on, I'm gonna speak up on it until it only affects just me. You know what I mean? Like, I would never put my children who can't control anything, I'm not gonna put them at risk because of my actions.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Do you think that's selfish in a way?
Selfish to who?
To everyone else that it might benefit.
But think about the people that what's the opposite of benefit? Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, think about the people who are hurt behind that. We have 3 young children who will go to school.
Right.
They already face opposition because they're black.
Right.
They already face opposition because they're black.
Right.
So that alone.
So do you think that it would be our duty to kind of educate them early?
Definitely.
And kind of prep them for what could come?
Absolutely, but I don't want
behind,
to
like, standing up for what you believe in?
put a target on their back. You know? I don't want to, like, if there was something that, and I guess, like I said, I guess this, I'm not really, you know, the right person to have a conversation with about that stuff, because I want to live and I want to get through life, and I want to, yes, I want to see change. And no, I'm not silent to, like, racism and, you know, stereotypes or inequality or inequity. I'm not silent to that, but I don't know exactly how far to push the envelope, and I'm learning. I am. I'm not turning my head towards opportunities to push the envelope, but I just don't know exactly how far I'm willing at this moment in my life to push it, because I do think about the bigger picture, and I think about my kids. You know.
It's situational. It's case by case, but and I can say I haven't done the best at being an advocate for or an outward advocate for my stance on a lot of stuff,
Right.
Which I do plan to do more. No, I definitely don't want to paint a target on our children's back, but at the same time, do I feel like there is more that we should be doing? Absolutely.
Right.
And I realize that it might come with a disadvantage attached to it. But I feel like if it's going to propel us forward, it's worth it. And it will just be my duty to kind of prepare my kids for, hey, you know, I did this, and you might be affected by it because this is what I believe in. These are the values that I believe in, and these are the values that I hope that you'll grab as you grow up and you know, mature and you create your own beliefs. But these are the values that I want to instill in you, and just as others have fought for a lot of the things that we've been able to gain, now it's our turn to pick up the torch and move forward.
So, like, God has made us each individual people, and He's given us different gifts. So, like, even in the church, right? So there are people that were designed and called and gifted to pastor.
Right.
There were people that were designed, gifted, and called to be a praise and worship leader, to be a musician, to be a teacher, to be an evangelist.
Yeah.
And in life, there are people that are called, and I truly believe God-given, gifted, called, and appointed, and everything to be trailblazers.
Right.
And I don't think that every single black person has to be a trailblazer. You get what I mean? I don't think that
to challenge that idea, there were those that were called to kind of be the catalyst at that point, but they all discipled others, and those that were followers were charged with a charge to go out disciple.
Right, but like, for instance, if everyone was a Harriet Tubman,
Right.
Harriet Tubman wouldn't exist. So little girls wouldn't have a Harriet Tubman to say, "Yo, she's strong." If every woman on the bus was a Rosa Parks, no one would say, "Oh, Rosa Parks, she did something great," because everyone on that bus did the same thing. You get what I mean? So like, in my mind, I feel like, yes, I have a voice and I feel a certain way when it comes to racism. I'm 100% against racism. I don't want anybody to misconstrue that. I'm like, oh, whatever, it is what it is. But I think that, like, I don't have to go out and I don't have to demonstrate my support the same way that the next person demonstrates their support. But I hate that, and it really, really angers me often that a lot of our kind will make you feel that because you don't support the way you support or they support. Like, if you don't have the same stance as them,
right.
if you don't operate the same way they do, if you don't move the same way they do, then you're against them.
Right, yeah.
And that's not okay.
I don't agree with like the whole militarized Black Lives Matter movement. I don't believe in that, but I do believe in the movement itself.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that it has gone on too long where Black lives don't matter as much as our counterparts.
Black lives to who?
To anybody.
Okay.
To anybody. Boom.
You know where I'm going with that, but I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there right now.
But
we'll save that for next week.
But there is time for it. It is time for a change, and maybe the way that people are going about it isn't the right way.
Mm-hmm.
But did it start the cycle? It did. It got the wheel rolling, and I think it is now mobilizing a lot of people to want to do something now.
Yeah, I think like, even with that, like, for instance, there are the people that will create organizations and, you know, will take it to Washington and will, you know, do the bigger things, the bigger items, or, you know, the top of the food chain.
Right.
And then there are people that will go to their local city hall and stand out front protesting or rallying with the signs and peacefully, hopefully. And then there are people who will share statuses on Facebook and share videos on Facebook. And I don't think that those people should be minimized, because a lot of times that's what people do. They minimize them and say, just because you share a status on Facebook, what are you doing? Well, I'm sharing this on Facebook because what I can say is, you might not be able to, you know, if all is fair in love and marriage, if we develop t-shirts and, you know, mugs or whatever, if we get paraphernalia that we want to sell and you can't afford to buy it, but you share it on Facebook, that's enough support for us. You know what I mean? That's enough support for me. If you like our page, that's enough support. So if you literally just share a status, you know, if you follow the Black Lives Matter stuff, if you subscribe on YouTube and get the name out there more, you drive the traffic, that's, to me, as much as the person that's running to Washington, as much as the person that's standing outside of City Hall. It just really angers me that, you know, we often put down someone else's level or the way they support their method.
I think it's, I don't know, it's a catch-22. It is a catch-22 because I feel like it's just like if you were working on a project, it was a group project, and you know in your heart of hearts that you did the majority of the work. But when you go and you turn it into the teacher, now all the other 5 people that were in the group with you, they're getting the same credit as you for the project that, you know, in your heart of hearts you did most of the legwork.
Is this
would you feel some type of way about it?
Is this a group project that the teacher picked the group or you picked the group?
Either way.
No, not either way. Because if you pick the group, you're going to pick those that, you know what? Okay, for instance, for me in my school, in high school, Kamara has great handwriting. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick her because I'm going to have her do all the writing on the poster board.
Right.
Daphne is great at communications and, you know, research. So I'm going to pick her because she has the best ability to go out and find the research and get the resources. Constance will just, you know, she's very smart, so she'll, you know, pull all the information in that we don't know about. And Dereka is very organized, so she'll put it all together.
Right.
So in the same sense, you know, if I know, all right, well, these people, like I said, these people are trailblazers.
Right.
They are willing and ready to run to Washington and beat down the doors. Let's go. You guys stay here and you.
But what happens if they don't hold their weight?
Then it's my fault for picking them. It's my fault for picking them. Because...
But you wouldn't feel some type of way?
I mean, granted, yeah, I'm entitled to feel some type of way, but it's just like, it's just in every sense. I'm not going to pick a tenor to sing a soprano note because I know that they're a tenor. So I'm picking you to stay in your lane and do what you do best. And if I pick you to do something else and you fall and you fail at that, I can't be disappointed with anybody else but myself because I put a duty on you.
Okay, but so what about when it's not your choice of the group that you have around you?
When it's not your choice of the group you have around you, that is just, unfortunately, I'm not going to say a burden that you just have to bear, but you have to learn to, my favorite phrase, meet people where they are. Because you have to, and even in like relationships and things of that nature, you get someone that you have unrealistic expectations and you expect them to, you know, elevate to this level, but they're not there yet. And you just like, okay, let's regroup. Let's see what works. And then you have to, you know, kind of execute it that way. But I don't feel like if you don't have control over the people that are in your group, you kind of work with what you got. And if it's just that one person, if it's the Harriet Tubman, and that's a great example. Thanks. The Harriet Tubman, she's like, you know what? The people here, they're afraid. They're slaves, they're afraid, they don't have the knowledge, they're, you know, they're vulnerable, they have children, whatever the case may be. Yes, this is the group that God has given me. This is the group that I am in charge of. But if I don't do it, it won't get done. I'm going to be a trailblazer and I'm going to lead these people to freedom. And that's what she did.
But I'm sure she was very disgruntled.
She might have been. But just like we talked about last week, or maybe the week before, there's a burden, but it still has, the work still has to be done.
I agree.
So like...
I agree. And so for those that are out there leading the charge in the Black Lives Matter movement, they're disgruntled because they feel like the individuals that are supposed to be on the team with them aren't holding their weight.
So the individuals that are supposed to be on their team with them are black people. That's what you mean.
Right.
And they're not holding their weight because...
Their own separate...
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean because. How is it demonstrated that they're not holding their weight?
In the eyes of the individuals leading the charge that are speaking out, they're not out here with them grinding, protesting, doing whatever. Granted, they might be doing little bits, but in the eyes of those that are kind of leading the charge, they feel maybe like, and I'm just, you know,
right.
This is just my mind's eye. I'm not speaking for them, but I can see where they would feel this way.
And that's unfair. And that's unfair in every situation. And I just had a conversation with somebody about this. Even in relationships, everybody has different love languages.
Yep.
If I expect every time you do something wrong, my love language is you buy me something. That might not be your love language. And I get upset because you don't buy me something, or I get upset because if I buy you something, you're not okay. You haven't forgiven me. You know what I mean? That's ignorant on my part to expect you to be like, all right, I'm fine, just because I bought you something. Because I have a mindset. I can't expect you to come over to that mindset just because I want you to. So I have to realize that we are two individuals. So just like anyone who's upset that, okay, well, all black people are supposed to be out here trailblazing, that's unfair because, like I said, there may be the trailblazers, there may be the organizers, there may be the vocalizers who's, all right, I might not be able to run to Washington with you because I got kids at home, I got this, I got that, I got this.
Right.
But I'll share all the posts on social media. I'll call my local city government, the politicians that are local. I'll call them and make sure they're on notice that we're going to do a protest on this date. I'll lick the envelopes and put the stamps on it. I know, because Susan died like that. Oh shoot!
Oh yeah, Generation Z folk. I don't know.
They don't know nothing about it. But yeah, so like every hand counts. So like in a part of a car, the most important part of the car is the wheel. Are the wheels, right?
I don't know if there is a most important part of a car. Exactly
my point. So every individual piece in the car matters to make the car run successfully. If every piece in the car did the same thing, we're not going anywhere. Technically, you don't have a car.
Right.
So, in the body of African Americans, we all play a different part. And we all together collectively help the race to elevate. So, that's it. That's all I got. Because that little parable right there, that was it. What do you think?
You look good.
Because, we go back and forth with this all the time. We go back and forth with this all the time. And it's not...
And I don't disagree with you.
I know.
I agree with you. Like, we all do have to play our own separate roles because that's the way organizations work.
Right.
Whether it's... everybody can't be a manager.
Right.
You have to have a manager, support, leadership, and then line-level workers pushing forward the duties.
Right.
They all have their certain roles to play.
Right.
The body of Christ is the same way.
Exactly.
You got a head, you got some that operate as the shoulders, you got some that are the neck that turns the head,
right.
You got some that are, we all play our different roles. So even with moving forward the causes of the African American race,
right.
We all have our roles to play. Some might have jobs that are more pivotal, and then some might be the worker ants that are down at the bottom, making sure that stuff is going and we are progressing.
So I think that as the people, we have to learn to stop putting somebody else down because their work is not the same. Their workload, their work method is not the same as yours. And I think if we start there, things will move forward and things will become a little less hard, a little less tension among us. Like that's a big thing for me. Like don't keep the tension. He was about to knock me out with the microphone. Don't like let's once we are able to gel together and work in motion, we'll be able to be a lot more successful.
For the Bible declares, how can two walk together
lest
they agree?
Come on.
We all have to be on the same page as far as who's doing what and what the expectations are for each and every person,
right?
And each and every role, and then we can actually start to see some mobility happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we've been talking to you guys for quite some time, and Court has diapers to change.
Oh.
Wow. So we thank you guys for tuning in.
We do.
And again, we love you.
Yes.
So please
thank you so much for the support.
and share
and subscribe
and comment
and turn on those notifications.
Yes.
Follow us on every
all of
social
that.
media platform.
Instagram, Facebook,
Yes.
YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts.
Everywhere we can possibly
Everything.
get up there, we are going to get up there if we're not there already.
Yes. So stick with us.
Yeah.
We're going places.
Yes, we are.
I like that.
We're going.
I think that's
places.
Dr. Seuss though. Stick with us. I don't know.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Let's look it up. If not, we're going to put it on a t-shirt.
Yes, we is. Don't go stealing it. Because we did it here first.
Coined it.
Boom. So to close out, we did November graphic tees.
Mhm.
Had my homie Tupac with me.
I created this one right here.
Salt and light. Salt and light. You know, so we're gonna try to keep it spicy. Thank you guys for tuning in to All Is Fair in Love and Marriage
You
podcast.
took my line, but it's okay. We love y'all.
Tune in. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Enjoy your family.
Don't be gluttonous. Eat only what you should. Don't overeat.
Just take a plate home. Tupperware or foil, whichever you decide. Take a plate home. And enjoy your family.
Yeah.
And be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
We love you guys.
Love y'all. We'll
Bye.
see you next time.